We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Houston Texans. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
This is Joe Mixon. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground. Mix him again. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Head. 18 Cardinal. Hey.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up to about... the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Will Record to kick off for the Vikings.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look at repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
18, what's up?
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tony. Buggy. Why Tony?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
On the return is Jones. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Let's go. Ready.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third and 4.
Here we go, set. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Hurt, ready,
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here.
A 54-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's complete. It's Jalen Noel. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40.
18. What's up? Why Tony? Tony. Buggy.
Stroud looking to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Texans had 2-1 now to start the campaign. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's that? Hey, Uno Mars. 19 Texans.
Here's Stroud. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Look the hot. Hey, Uno.
The throwing again is Stroud. He'll try and do this himself. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
19 Lions. Ready.
Following the fumble recovery, Presley. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. We'll get this up to the 47 and block down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Cat 60, Cat 60. Go.
Off the play fake. Presley. Now he'll tuck this and run.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion.
Mustang 19. 18, 19 tight, 19, Cowboy 80.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Dragon 60.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Hey, uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más. Uno más, uno más, uno más.
Now Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
18, what's that? Look the hot, look the hot. Hey, south, south, south. Good.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big connection on that one. 43 yards. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
At the 37-yard line.
from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go, let's go.
Running left, it's Mixon. Oh, good footwork on his stem. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Here we go, baby.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Isaiah Pacheco, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to move back in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few. Oh, he's hitting lots of football. Put it on the carpet. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
2nd down and 4.
70 range for 7. Ready? Rambo 80.
Operating from the gun, Presley. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
And back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
34-yard line.
7 Pirates. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Presley. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
From the gun on third down, Presley. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have the first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go, let's go. New speed left. At 18, what's that?
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a second and 9.
At 18, what's that?
Stroud. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins, 31 yards. And the Texans are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Come on.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
18, 5 in. Ready. Dragon 60. Go.
Looking to throw. Presley. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Xavier Worthy, 58 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Will Reichert the kickoff for the Vikings.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime, and to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the
Take
two
their
of
breath,
us.
Yeah,
I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. Down the sideline he goes. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
go. Shot. Pick. Hey, check that. Check. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Now they'll change things up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. 18 right here. 18 right here.
Operating from the gun, Presley. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
2nd and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line.
Check. Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Dragon 60. Street.
Addison will go in motion left.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A 29-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half.
Vikings 24. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Get it. Gotta be lying. Street. Rig alert. Ready, right?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. 19. Mustang 19. Shot 60. Shot 60.
Operating from the gun. Presley. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Intercepted. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Oh, hey. 18.
Again, it's Mixon. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
18. What's that?
A handoff running left, Mixon. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He spins free. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
70,
From the gun on third down. Presley. That is caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second down, they'll run it here. Well, they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
132 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6.
Tony.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Hey, uno. Hey, uno more.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 18. Outside. Eleven. Hey, south.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards.
And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never brought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Presley.
Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Here we go. Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
That's a gain of 3.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40.
79 Broncos. Red ball leading. 18, 5 in.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
19 seconds.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. Now 2nd and 9. Stroud off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here now, 3rd down. Stroud to throw it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
18. What's that? Speed left. Look to hot. Hey, uno more.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He'll try to do it himself. And that's going to be incomplete.
The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Got it. Ready? Track. Like, take back. Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings will add to their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
45. Texans 35. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. This is 1st and 10.
Why, Tony? Here we go. 18. Hey, uno. Hey, south. Buggy.
Stroud to throw it.
And this is caught on the sideline and the feet in. They are. What a catch.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Oh, hey. Look at 18. What's that?
Stroud.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Stroud.
And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. Go.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 41-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Hey, check that.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Go.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, That's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Vikings, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.